you guys, it's your girl T. So I want to come on here and talk about these viral stories. I'm trying to get caught up with everything because you guys know I'm out here on the road. But I want to talk about the whole situation that went down in Baltimore with Tyrese Lor Scoota Watson. A lot of people knew Lor Scoota. He was an up and coming rapper. He had a song on YouTube called The Bird Flu, and he was like, starting to really blow up. P. Diddy shouted him out not too long ago. So a lot of things went down while we were on the East Coast. We heard about it. They were saying that in Baltimore, he had just left a peace rally where he's trying to stop the gang violence in Baltimore. And he ended up getting shot and killed not even 30 minutes after this peace rally. So the whole situation is just insane. And now his older brother Snoop is out talking, and he's basically saying that the people who killed his brother, it was just all over some jealousy, some hating type stuff. So I want you guys to go ahead and check out this video, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
My little brother already knew it was a mission. He knew that if for you to get what you want in this city, you got to do it yourself, for you. Nobody is going to do it for you.
Snoop, the older brother of rapper Tyrese Watson, known as Lor Scoota, asked that we not show his face. Scoota's murder is an open case. He was shot and killed Saturday evening in full daylight by an unknown gunman at a busy intersection at Harford Road. He just left an anti-violence event at Morgan State. Snoop believes Scoota was targeted because someone was jealous.
I think it's about a bunch of hate in this city that a lot of people are just refusing to stop. It's like, find your own way out, Don't look for somebody else to find a way out for you. Find your own way out.
Scoota's music was gaining attention outside Baltimore, largely on the strength of his song Bird Flu.
I think I got the bird flu.
What you're suggesting is that Scoota was killed because he was succeeding. Am I right?
Correct. And that's the only reason.
Are the guide of life.
Earlier in West Baltimore today, where Scoota grew up, community members and the rapper's associates announced a 2-day remembrance of him, including a community celebration after the funeral Friday.
Little Scoota was a mirror of the conditions of Baltimore. And what he did is he used his platform to take the message of Baltimore all over the world, and we applaud him for that.
Snoop says the level of violence in Baltimore is why Scoota had set a goal of leaving.
All he wanted to do was just get his mother out this city and be able to live how he wanted to live. He made songs about moving over California, the West Coast side of things, just to get away from this. And it's crazy sometimes you got to get out your own city to survive. It shouldn't be like that.
Another example of how much the violent death of this young musician has resonated. To my right, at the corner of Harford Road and Moravia Road, where this shooting happened on Saturday evening, those folks belong to a local church. They've just held a prayer meeting here. They are here because of the shooting of Lor Scoota. They said they don't know him, but they did know his music. Reporting live tonight from Northeast Baltimore, I'm Jane Miller, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, you guys just saw what Lor Scoota's brother had to say about the shooting and about everything that went down. And it's really sad that this young man had to lose his life. I went on his Instagram page, and there's videos of him, going around the schools in Baltimore and reading to the kids in the classroom and really trying to make a difference.
The white boys, the white girls, the sisters and brothers. Then it says, after 10 years of protest, the lawmakers in Washington voted to end segregation. The white-only signs in the South came down. So all that marching, Martin Luther King, everything he was doing for us, they finally agreed to just let us all sit wherever we want, eat wherever we want, drink from whatever water fountain we want, because we didn't use violence and stuff. So they liked the way that it was
friends. But I'll never forget one post on his Instagram page from somebody. They wrote this a few weeks ago. He was in the hood and he's posing. He has all his clothes and, Gucci and, Louis. And, he's geared up from head to toe. And somebody told him in the comment section, you need to get up out the hood before you end up shot. And I think this was just somebody randomly telling him that because of how he was dressed and where he was at in Baltimore. I don't think this person knew him personally or anything like that. But I found that comment really, really ironic. Here goes the comment right here. Now, I want to also talk to y'all about another story that's going on out here in Cali. It's going viral right now. It's about another up-and-coming rapper. He was also a football player at the local high school. He had just got done filming his video. It was on YouTube, and he was getting a lot of hits and a lot of views. And he invited one of his longtime friends, who was 23 years old. He invited him over to come and check out the video. Well, the dude starts throwing all types of shade. He's saying that this video is whack, and they're going back and forth. So the young man, his name is Destin Garrett. He's 19 years old. So his friend that was arguing with him, his name is Frederick Marshall. So he told Frederick, you know what I'm saying, if you don't like my video, if you don't have nothing positive to say, then you need to leave up out my house. So instead of Frederick, you know what I'm saying, leaving this man's house, going home, you know what I'm saying, cooling off, just whatever, leaving, he decides to pull out a gun and he ends up shooting his own friend in his own house behind a YouTube video. When I tell you this shit is just so senseless and ridiculous, it makes no sense whatsoever. Go ahead and check out this news clip, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
How you'll cope with losing a son until you're facing his death head on. But for 19-year-old Destin Garrett's family, there's finally some relief in their sadness. Friday, on the morning of his funeral, the Sacramento Sheriff's Department arrested 23-year-old Frederick Marshall in his homicide investigation.
It made the funeral much easier instead of coming afterwards and be like, he's still out there somewhere.
Garrett's girlfriend, Tiara Belleville, spoke with Fox 40 from his reception at Sacramento High School, where many people knew both young men because they were friends.
It's like you open your door to the devil and you let him in. Right. Basically, that's what I did. I feel like that's what I did.
Garrett's parents, Jay and Tanya, say Marshall visited their Oak Park home on 45th Street often. But on the evening of June 9th, sheriff's deputies say Marshall shot Garrett inside of it.
And my son dies over a freaking view on a song on YouTube.
Tanya says her son was excited, showing Marshall all the views he had on a song that he made and posted to YouTube. The two argued about it, and then Garrett asked Marshall to leave. That's when Tanya says Marshall shot him and then fled.
You come and destroy my home like that? And I fed you, Fred, and I have clothed you, and we just went camping a couple weeks ago.
He was there.
Marshall denied our request for an interview at the Sacramento County Jail, where he awaits arraignment on a charge of voluntary manslaughter.
But now that it's real, it's just like, oh God. All he wanted to do was go to NFL and play football.
He was my world, so I feel like I lost my world.
Destin Garrett was the world to all of these people. A funny, vibrant young man who made an impression on the hundreds here who proved that despite his death, allegedly at the hands of a friend, he had so many more friends who valued his life.
It's awesome, you know, just to know that our son was loved like that. Let us know that we did a good job with him, you know.
Well, I have to say that I've been to, several receptions like this, just working in the field over the past few years, and this is probably the most people I've ever seen come out to celebrate someone's life like this. Marshall's bail is set at $100,000, and he's scheduled to appear in court on Monday in South Sacramento.
All right, so you guys just watched that news clip. You know, this whole situation reminds me of an interview that Lil Boosie did a few weeks ago on Vlad TV. And Lil Boosie was basically saying that he would never go back to Louisiana. He'll never go back to Baton Rouge because there's just too many haters out there. They're not used to stars and people having, money and cars and everything. And the sad part is that sometimes it's the folks that grow up with you who've known you for a long time who start getting envious because it's like, well, damn, you were just like me. We went to the same school. We dated, similar females, or, we kicked it on the same block. And now you way up here and you shine and you got jewelry and you got money and you're famous. Everywhere I go, folks are playing your music. Boosie called it being hypnotized with hatred. And I love the way that he put it. I want you guys to go ahead and check out this small snippet really quick here.
So, you gotta be out of sight, out of mind for these guys, man. I got millions, Why would I surround myself with people who after me for no reason?
Most rappers get killed in their city. I start thinking Bankroll Fresh got killed in Atlanta, Chink Struggs got killed in Queens. We can go back, Soldier Slim killed in Louisiana.
It's facts, man. It's not, what I'm speaking is facts. Evil get in them so much to where they say, I just won't see him dead. It's the only way we can get rid of him, man. And that's how it starts, man. They get hypnotized. Man.
Hypnotized with hatred. Man, I've never heard that term before. That's a hell of a term.
Yeah, man, they get hypnotized with hatred, man. And everywhere they go, they talking about this guy, man.
All right, so you guys just saw what Lil Bootsy had to say. So he called it being hypnotized with hatred. And if you guys remember, I did a video a few months ago about the whole Nene Leakes and Lunel situation. And I said in that video that sometimes folks are cool with you doing okay, but they start feeling some type of way once you start doing better than them. And that's what I see in these two situations with Lor Scoota and the young man who got killed over that YouTube video. You know, that man, Frederick, his so-called friend, sat there and pulled out a gun and killed his own friend behind a video. That to me was nothing but pure jealousy and him being upset that this young man found something that he liked and he was receiving, you know, good reviews on his videos. He was getting a lot of hits and it made him feel some type of way. And it's no different than the death of Scooter out there in Baltimore. You know, sometimes when folks see you shining and, you know, see you, you know, blowing up, it's like they get really upset and they get really envious. But like I always tell people, there's no reason to be jealous of anybody because you don't know anybody's struggle. You don't know what they went through to have to get to where they're at today. You're just looking at the final results. You don't know people's backstories. You don't know how much they had to hustle and grind. Some people had to be homeless, out of work. You know what I'm saying? They had to turn to like just the worst means to survive just to get to where they're at today. So it makes no sense to be jealous of anybody. If you want it, you got to get up there and you got to hustle and grind and get it yourself. You know, it's really, really sad that so many people just had this crab in the barrel mentality and that they would just as well shoot you or hurt you or do something bad to you than to just sit back and watch you shine and just be great and be proud of you. You know, now we have two young men out here in, you know, one was 19, Scooter was about 22 years old, I believe. You know, really young guys in their early 20s, their life is gone. And for what? Because they were starting to blow up, because they were starting to get some E-fame, because people were starting to recognize them and their names were starting to get out there. It's really sad how much envy and hatred and jealousy that we have for one another as people of color. You know what I'm saying? Every time we do a video about a rapper getting killed, it's always about them getting killed in their hometown. Just like when Lil Snoop got killed down there in Louisiana. You know, he was in the hood, he was with his friends, you know, his so-called friends, and a grown man shot him. You know what I'm saying? They claimed it was behind a video game, but we know what it was behind. It was nothing but jealousy. You see this young boy shining. He's, you know, going on tour, Meat Mill. He's rapping. He's getting money. And you got folks who feel some type of way. So I don't blame Little Bootsy for not going back to the boot. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame none of these rappers for, you know, basically getting about the hood and not going back to those same environments. You know, it's really, really sad. People sit there and say that these rappers aren't real if they don't go back to the hood. But then when they do go back and they try and show love, what happens to them? You know, the same thing in Chicago when Blood Money got killed and then you had Capo getting killed. You know, it's just, it's insane. And then another thing too is that it's also about what you put out there, the type of energy. You know, just because you want to turn and be a good guy now because now you famous and you get money, folks don't forget the things that you did in the street. You know, that's why I always tell people it pays to be a good person. It pays to do the right thing because karma is real and certain things can come back on you. And I'm not saying that either one of these young men did anything or, you know, was their karma. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm also saying that, you know, you have to know what type of energy that you put out there because sometimes the type of energy that you put out there can come back on you. So the whole situation is just really, really sad. And it just makes no sense that both these young men's lives were snuffed out. And over what? Because they were getting some shine on the internet. Because people was, you know, loving their YouTube videos. Both of them lost their lives. It's just really, really sad. So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire crazy situation concerning these two up and coming rappers. And do you agree with what I was saying about, you know, folks being okay with you doing okay as long as you're not doing better than them? And then also, how do you feel about Lil Bootsy saying that so many people out here are just hypnotized by hatred and it's just really, really sad? So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.